Marcus Thompson stood at the floor-to-ceiling windows of his penthouse office, overlooking the bustling streets of downtown Chicago. His empire of real estate developments had made him one of the city's most powerful men. But all his wealth meant nothing now. 3 years ago, everything changed. His 12-year-old daughter Emma had been riding her bicycle in their gated community when a drunk driver crashed through the security gates. The impact left her paralyzed from the waist down. Since that terrible day, Marcus had spent millions on the world's best doctors, cutting-edge treatments, and experimental surgeries. Nothing worked. Emma, once a vibrant dancer who filled their mansion with laughter, now spent her days in a wheelchair, staring out windows with hollow eyes. His wife Sarah had grown distant, drowning her grief in charity galas and wine. The family that once hosted grand parties now lived in suffocating silence. Marcus pressed his forehead against the cold glass. He had conquered every business challenge, but his daughter's condition remained his greatest defeat. The specialists had delivered their final verdict last week. Emma would never walk again. Hope was a luxury he could no longer afford. Marcus hurried down Michigan Avenue, his expensive suit a stark contrast to the afternoon crowd. He was late for another pointless meeting with yet another doctor who would offer false promises. As he approached his black sedan, a young voice called out, "Sir, I can make your daughter walk again." Marcus spun around. A 17-year-old black boy sat cross-legged on the sidewalk, a worn guitar case open beside him. His clothes were patched and faded, but his eyes held an unsettling intensity. "What did you say?" Marcus's voice was sharp, dangerous. "Your daughter Emma." "I can heal her," Jamal said quietly, rising to his feet. "I have a gift." Marcus's face twisted with rage. "You filthy little con artist. How dare you use my family's tragedy to beg for money?" He stepped closer, his fists clenched. "Stay away from me and my family, or I'll have you arrested." Jamal didn't flinch. "Sir, I don't want your money. I just want to help." "Help?" Marcus laughed bitterly. "A street rat like you? You're nothing but trash." He turned toward his car, but Jamal's next words stopped him cold. "I know your pain, Mr. Thompson. I've seen it before." Marcus whirled around, fury blazing in his eyes. "You know nothing about my pain, Bo." Before Jamal could respond, a commotion erupted nearby. An elderly woman had collapsed on the sidewalk, clutching her chest. Pedestrians gathered, someone shouted for an ambulance, but the woman's breathing grew shallow and labored. Without hesitation, Jamal rushed to her side. He knelt beside her, placing his hands gently on her chest. "Ma'am, can you hear me?" The woman's eyes fluttered open, filled with terror. "My heart. I can't breathe." Jamal closed his eyes, his hands beginning to glow with a soft, golden light. The crowd gasped and stepped back. Marcus found himself frozen, unable to look away. The light pulsed rhythmically, like a heartbeat, flowing from Jamal's palms into the woman's body. Within moments, the woman's breathing steadied. Her color returned. She sat up slowly, confusion replacing the pain on her face. I feel fine. The pain is gone." The crowd erupted in shocked whispers. Someone recorded with their phone. But Marcus stood paralyzed, his world crumbling around him. What he had just witnessed defied everything he believed possible. Jamal helped the woman to her feet, then turned back to Marcus. The businessman's face had gone pale, his hands trembling. "How?" Marcus whispered, his voice barely audible. "The same way I can help Emma," Jamal replied softly. "If you let me." Marcus staggered backward, his prejudice colliding violently with undeniable truth. 2 hours later, Marcus led Jamal through the marble floor of his mansion. His hands shook as he opened Emma's bedroom door. She sat in her wheelchair by the window, her back to them. "Emma, sweetheart, someone is here to see you," Marcus said, his voice cracking. She turned slowly, her eyes widening at the sight of the young stranger. "Daddy, Who is this? My name is Jamal, the boy said gently, approaching her wheelchair. Your father asked me to help you. Emma looked confused but didn't pull away as Jamal knelt beside her. This might feel warm, he whispered, placing his hands on her legs. The golden light returned, brighter this time, spreading through Emma's lower body like liquid sunshine. She gasped, her eyes filling with wonder rather than fear. I can feel it. I can feel my legs. Marcus watched in stunned silence as his daughter's toes began to wiggle, then her ankles moved. Slowly, Emma gripped the arms of her wheelchair and pushed herself up. Her legs trembled but held her weight. Daddy! She cried, taking her first steps in 3 years. Marcus fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. Jamal, forgive me. I was so wrong about you. Within days, Emma was running through their garden, her laughter echoing across the grounds. But Marcus had changed even more dramatically than his daughter. He found Jamal at the same street corner, playing guitar for passers-by. I owe you everything, Marcus said, kneeling beside the young man. Name your price. Jamal shook his head. I told you, sir. I don't want money. Then what can I do? Use your influence. Help kids like me get chances they deserve. Fight the hate that made you blind to who I really was. Marcus nodded, understanding flooding his heart. The following week, he announced the Thompson Foundation, dedicated to supporting underprivileged youth. He spoke publicly about his transformation, his voice breaking as he described his shameful behavior. Jamal became Emma's closest friend, visiting regularly. When reporters asked about forgiveness, he simply smiled. Hate can't drive out hate. Only love can do that. Marcus watched his daughter dance again, but more importantly, he saw the world through new eyes. Justice had been served not through punishment, but through the healing power of grace and second chances.